Yay! Yay! What's up, Dallas Cowboy Nation? It's your boy G from Jersey with the Quest for Six podcast, man. Um, a lot of things going on with our Dallas Cowboys right now. We have some performances on the field that we need to talk about, and then we have some players that we have to start figuring out over the next three games to see if whether or not they are going to be players that Dallas should carry with them or move on from this offseason. Let's start off with the elephant in the room, Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs, folks, in my opinion, his time with the Dallas Cowboys has come to an end. I've been vocal over the last month saying that during the stretch, right, where we went 3-0, and then putting us back into position to potentially make the playoffs. I was vocal, and I said that if Trayvon Diggs is one of your better football players and you can use him in the secondary, Trayvon Diggs should be playing, right? But I also remember months ago saying when the whole concussion situation came up, I also remember having this feeling, and I posted it on Twitter, where I said, I don't think that the situation between Trayvon Diggs and the Dallas Cowboys is about injury anymore. I think that it's personal. And you can see that tweet right here. And the reason why I felt that it was personal at that point is because of the first interview that Coach Schottenheimer gave once this bizarre story of how Trayvon Diggs caught a concussion a day or two before playing in a football game. And I said in the tweet, I think that Coach Schottenheimer, who was the last person standing on a table for Trayvon Diggs, I think he's had it with Trayvon Diggs, and Trayvon Diggs is now on his own in terms of not having any backing with the Dallas Cowboys. And I think Dallas is officially done with Trayvon Diggs, considering that they literally have a 1% chance of making the postseason. And I think that we are getting ready to see Trayvon Diggs released post June 1. But if I was Dallas, I'd actually dangle his name out there in a trade. See if I can get a seventh or sixth round pick for him, right? Why just release a guy? I would say, and I think that there are teams that need cornerbacks, right? Whether we think Trayvon Diggs, um, is an elite cornerback, whether we think he's, a good cornerback, cornerbacks are a necessity all throughout the NFL. We know that all too well. And somebody's going to give, there are going to be multiple teams lining up to sign Trayvon Diggs once he's made available. Let's move on to Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele, to me, um, he's played good football at times for the Dallas Cowboys. He's been serviceable, right? But I think that it's time for the Dallas Cowboys to move on from Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele is obviously flawed in pass protection as a right tackle. And, we've seen too often this year where the matchups have just been one sided. Uh, you know, in these football games, Max Crosby, Micah Parsons, Terrence Steele, I think that we can get better at the right tackle position than Terrence Steele this offseason. Another player that, it's not it's not an unknown, but Kenneth Murray. We obtained Kenneth Murray via trade last year, and a lot of us were excited about Kenneth Murray to see, hey, maybe he can be a productive linebacker for us. But the film is out there, folks, and I don't think there's many Dallas Cowboys fans defending Kenneth Murray anymore after that performance yesterday against the Minnesota Vikings. He absolutely looks like he guesses on 95% of the snaps out there on defense. And I think that they can upgrade from Kenneth Murray, whether it be via free agency or through the draft. Okay. Free agency, there are a couple of linebackers that I think that Dallas absolutely needs to target because we need a veteran linebacker to come in here that understands the position but plays the position well, right? Matt Milano being one of those guys. Matt Milano with the Buffalo Bills. He'll be a free agent in the offseason. I think that's somebody that Dallas should target. Let's talk about the safeties now, right? Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson. I think that the that duo's time in Dallas has expired. All right. I think that we can go younger. I think that they do need to seek an impact player at the safety position via trade or free agency. Maybe somebody like a Grant Delpit. Now is the time if you can. But I do think that Dallas needs to address the safety position seriously in the offseason. But I think that we can move on from Dono and Malik Hooker right now. Now, this one may shock folks, but George Pickens. George Pickens is going to command $30+ million a year, folks. That's a lot of money, right? And listen, George Pickens has played outstanding football. Heck, I've posted videos that they're the perfect match, right? But what I am concerned about is that post that Kansas City game, um, Malik, I mean, George Pickens' energy level, his body language has looked really, it's noticeable of how different his body language is on the football field. And look at the yards, right? Per game, they've gone down, but his body language. I asked a question today. I said, I wonder if George Pickens and Coach Schottenheimer had an incident post that Kansas City game. Kansas City game was on a Thursday, but post that Kansas City game, I wonder if there was some kind of an incident involving coaching staff and George Pickens, where you can see that for the Detroit game and yesterday's game, you can tell that George Pickens is not having the same amount of fun for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, nobody's going to want George Pickens to leave, right? And rightfully so. We have an amazing wide receiver duo with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb together, right? But I caution and I ask, if a team is offering you a first round pick plus after you franchise George Pickens, do the Dallas Cowboys consider that? Let me know. Peace, folks.